Hello lovely people, how are we today? I have just come back from Glasgow. We've been doing a long journey home from Glasgow, so I'm absolutely shattered. Not as prepped as I would like to be, but we will see how we go. Hello Louise Crafty Creations, how are you? So Louise is with us on Instagram. I can see somebody's also watching on YouTube. Yeah, hopefully a few more people will turn up soon, because yeah, we've got lots of crafting to do. So last week we started on the MDF kit, which is, we've got it in stages. We can't, I'm gonna lose, there we go. So that's sort of the basics of where we are. So we're just gonna add a bit of extra detail to that today. I've also got some stamped images. I've not quite prepped quite as many as I wanted, but we've got a few stamped images and we're just going to try and assemble it and put it all together. Hi Kate, how are you? Lovely to have you with us. So without further ado, I will swizz this round. It is 8 o'clock. It's throwing me a little bit because all my team that are normally here at 8 o'clock aren't here, but that's fine. That's fine. Right, so I will swizz the camera around. There we go. Let's turn some light on the matter. Hello Tracy, how are you? Lovely to have you with us. Okay, hello Alistair. See, I managed to get it all on. We're all good. Right, so this is where we left it last week. I have also just painted up the windows and extra bits and pieces there, but I thought what we would do is, hello Caroline, I thought what we would do is we will add a few extra details to this to make it a little bit more interesting and then see how we get on. So I have pulled out the Higgledy Piggledy Houses range because we've got a few little bits and pieces on here that could be really useful. Now, I'm sure I pulled out all the stamps I wanted, but the one I actually want is not there. Never mind. Hi Sheila, how are you? Hello Maggie. Oh, it's Kezia. Hi Kezia. So my daughter is watching via my hubby's phone. They are on their way back from Hobbycraft. So I wanted the little brick stamp. We'll start stamping now, and then I will stretch across to my stamp thing and attempt to get the other stamp set that I'm looking for. I'll just bring the box next to me and I will try and root for it at an appropriate moment. But let's actually do something first. Right, so these stamps have all these little extra bits and pieces. Hello Elizabeth. You love the house stamps. They've got lots of little extra bits and pieces, which could be really useful for building this up. So I'm thinking I'm going to put the little lantern over here. Well, actually, I might do it on this one over here. And we'll just build it up, and we will use some acrylic markers to paint it all in and see how we get on from there. Okie dokie. Right. Next, I'm going to use the VersaFine Clear when I can find it, just because it is more permanent and we are going to be using acrylic markers as opposed to our alcohol markers. Right, so what I'm going to do is just move this over and we'll stamp this one in here, and that's the cat now deciding to come in. Right, it's all going on here. And there we go. So we've got that. Let me just double check. So once we put the house back there like that, oh, it's a little bit hidden. Never mind. We'll turn that into some vines instead. We'll do that. Let's stamp some vines out. I need to find my bricks. That's thrown me because that was the one I wanted to start on. No, we're just going to have to draw bricks. Right, because I'm not going to spend the whole time faffing. Well, I'm already faffing. Right, let's try not to put you all off. Is Storm misbehaving? Yes, Storm is misbehaving. Hello, Dominique. Lovely to have you with us. Right, I was looking for the brick stamps, but we are going to be all day looking for them, so we can always draw bricks in. That's fine. So I'm going to stamp some of these little leaves. Also going to go over this little one there because I completely messed that up. It's in the wrong place. But the marvellous thing about acrylic markers is it's like you completely erase it. They completely cover everything that's underneath it, so it's all good. We're all good. Right, I'm going to pop some over here. And let's get that over here. So we've got a few bits and pieces. We can maybe get some little flowers as well. So this is all be background detail. We'll eventually get some windows and doors and things on here. It's just to add a little bit more detail. This is the stage where I really... Hello, you're watching. I'm making curry at the same time. Yum! What sort of curry are you making? I do like a curry. Can we all come round to your house for a curry? Hi, is it Shalvegan? I can't pronounce that. Shalhevgan. Nice to have you with us. Sorry, it kind of shows me your Instagram handle as opposed to your actual name. So feel free to let me know your names in the chats and I will sound a bit more polite then when I can do that. No, my house stamp is not wanting to reveal itself. Never mind. Right, so I have some acrylic markers. We will get those out and have a play with it and we can draw bricks in, so it's all good. Literally, bricks are squares. Oh, something's just happened. Something's just popped up on my screen. I don't like that. Oh, something weird has happened. Right. Kezia, if you're still watching, when Dad comes in, tell him something weird's happened to my screen. Right, let's get some. I've got some acrylic markers here, and I'm just going to use these to colour in those little stamped bits that we've just put in. So I'm going to get some nice greens. And I'm just going to trace over what we've just done. Acrylic markers are absolutely amazing for this. So these are the Artex one. I have filmed a review. I'm still in the process of editing, but I do like them. That's what my review will say, is I do like these Artex pens. But I will go into, I test them thoroughly, I swatch them all, I test them on multiple surfaces. But what I do like about them is that they've got a brush nib, so they're really nice and easy to use. I find them easier than the bullet nibs. Although I did get the Ahuhus with the bullet nibs as well, and they've got an incredibly fine nib, which is nice, so I might end up pulling some of those out. But the colours in here, they're so soft and pretty. So we'll start just adding a few little details and then we're going to build it up. Also, I've run out of gel medium, and for speed we're going to use hot glue tonight on to assemble this. I'm hearing the car come in just now, so hopefully something weird has happened to my screen, but I'm a bit afraid of touching buttons. So I'm hoping that you can all still see me and it's all just carrying on. I'm just carrying on regardless here. So we'll colour these in. The only thing about these pens is I do find them difficult to blend because they dry so quickly. I mean, they're great for mixed media because they dry so quickly. But I am going to have to learn a completely different style of colouring. I really like to blend. Whereas this is going to need to be a more graphic style where there's like a definite line between shadow and highlight. So it'll be interesting to learn something new. I said, I'm hoping that they've seen the message. I'm not seeing, oh, we heard you. Kezia's just saying we heard you, so Hubby will be on the way to rescue my screen. It just looks very strange. I don't like it when it looks different to normal. It throws me off a little bit. So we're just adding a few little details. Right, I'm going to draw some bricks in because I really wanted bricks, and yeah, I was going to use my little brick stamp, but we don't need to stress about it because all we need, oh, that's very similar. You're not going to see that in a million years. All we need to do is do little squares, and anyone can do that. So I'm just going to draw a few little rectangles here and there, a little brick shape. Don't know if that shows up. Can we see that? So yeah, anyone can do this. I was going to use a stamp, but who needs a stamp? We can do it ourselves. Oh, that sounds like a husband now. Look, my screen's done something funny.
Yeah.
And it's put me off because I can't see what I'm doing properly. Okay, so we're just drawing in a few little rectangles just to add a little bit of brickwork. See, I can work all this technology when he says press this and press that, but as soon as something does what it's not supposed to do, I haven't a clue. Oh, you don't know what you're doing either. This is not good, people. This is not good. Hopefully, though, we shouldn't end up with tea all over my lap. Yeah. Oh, he's fixed it. You're a star. Thank you very much. Right, so we're going to draw some more bricks here. I realise for you guys that probably made no sense whatsoever, but it's just my screen looked different. Right, I'll draw some bricks. We can actually go over these leaves because I can just draw over them again. Just having a lovely little time. I hope this is interesting. Just basically sitting here drawing squares. It's not overly exciting. Sorry. Right, let's get a little bit of shadow on those. So I'm going to just let's get this grey. I'm just going to sort of highlight some of the edges of these. So as I said, when you're working with acrylic markers, you kind of have to go with a bit more of a graphic style, that there's a definite difference between your shade colours. Something I need to practice with. So I will be, but that has been my goal for this year because I normally pull out the alcohol markers all the time. So trying to use different mediums was a goal for me this year. Hello, Mum. How are you? Did you enjoy your fish and chips? Has anyone else set a crafty goal for this year? And if you have, how are you getting on with it? Right. I think we're doing all right with that, aren't we? We need to put a bit of brickwork on this one that's still in the blue colour, and then we'll get some pink bricks on that one. Yeah, some more. So yeah, anyone can do a brick. We're literally just drawing rectangles and placing them sort of beside each other, and then underneath and above where the gap is. Mum really enjoyed her fish and chips. That's excellent. So Louise is enjoying her tikka masala, and we're all invited apparently, and Mum had enjoyed her fish and chips. What's everyone else had for dinner? We had leftover rice. That's basically when you have rice left over and then you throw whatever else is left in the fridge in with the rice and then douse it with soy sauce. Hello, Andrew. How are you? Did you have a good weekend? Right. There we go. Now I am going to do some pink bricks on this one. See, it's already got a lot more character, hasn't it, now that we've just added a few extra details. I'm almost glad I can't find my brick stamp because this is working great. Right. Your crafty goal is to believe in yourself more and spend more. more time in it. Absolutely believe in yourself. There is no mistakes. Absolutely no mistakes. You just play and experiment. I was watching Sarah Reddy Clark. She's just done a video on mixed media, and she's brand new to mixed media. And she was speaking to the likes of many gurus like Dina Wakley, Jane Davenport. But Jane Davenport was kind of saying that, you know, you actually cannot make a mistake. And if the absolute worst comes to the worst, we paint over it and start again, but we enjoy art, so having to paint something else is a pleasure. So we don't really need to worry about it at all. So I think that's a great goal. I hope you're getting on well with it. Hello, fairy girl. Lovely to have you with us. You're meant to say more title. Yeah, life can get busy. It's good to have something that to the side that, like, I have my sketch pad for that, which I'll carry around with me everywhere, and you can just have a couple of minutes to be creative. And I realise not everyone draws, so that doesn't work for everyone, but before I used to spend so much time sketching, I would do the same with colouring. I would just have a few stamped images and a little pencil case with some pencils in it nearby, and then if I did get 5 minutes, then you can just spend 5 minutes colouring. You don't, it's not like you need to carve out masses and masses of time, or just sit and make backgrounds or something like that, and then see how you get on. Okay, so that's how it's looking now. Let's get all the extra bits and bobs. Now I have painted the windows and things, but they haven't had the you wanted this year to be a low spend, but that didn't last too long. Yes, unfortunately, crafting and shopping for crafts are two very separate hobbies. Right. So we've got that looking like, oh my goodness, how cute is that? I love it. Right, so we have all of these windows and doors, but they've had a coat of paint, but they maybe need what do you call it? Oh, my brain. They need the ink. Right. That's looking very uneven. There we go. Trying to space these colours right. Okay, so we've got our little doors. Now, some of these I might kind of deepen with our acrylic markers just to make it look right. And we'll decide where we want our windows to go. I might have to not black out, but colour in behind some of these windows. Oops. This is so cute. Oh, I think I've coloured the wrong side of that because it's meant to go that way. Never mind. We'll colour over it with the acrylic markers. It's all good. Which means, actually, because I quite fancy that door in the middle, but it needs not to be pink, but we'll colour over it with the markers. And we'll do that. And then I quite fancy one of these round windows up here. There we go. How are we feeling about this layout? Does it work? Crafting is never a low spend. There's so much stuff we need. Yeah, sometimes we just enjoy purchasing, and that's fine too. But you can also create gorgeous things on a low spend. Like I made stuff out of packaging in my latest video, and I've coloured with crayons. So all the fancy stuff is nice. Not gonna lie, I'm the first one to run and get it when it's there. But we don't have to. Right, I'm going to change this out and make this blue. I just put paint on them all just to get myself ahead. Actually, we've got a little bit pink peeking through, which gives it a little bit of a distressed feel, so that's nice. Okay, I think the other ones are okay. I'm going to make this one. Slightly brighter pink though. Hello Kate, how are you? Did you enjoy your break? Right. Colouring on these to make them more opaque. This one just needs coloured over because, quite frankly, I coloured it on the wrong side. There we go. Also, that one has a little ridge, the bit of a roof, but there's not an extra piece, so I might just colour that in as well. Because I feel like it would be nice if it stood out a little bit. It's coming together now, isn't it? It's amazing the difference just adding a few little details makes, right? Some pink door handles. And then we can have some blue door handles. Yeah, you could make any sort of version. So this kit is on my website. It's about £6. So I love the Mad Hatters. So this is a Mad Hatters brand, and I do sell the Mad Hatters brand on my website. But it's great because you think of the cheap MDF kits you get in the likes of the Works. They are the similar prices to that, but the quality of them is so much better. So I think they're fab, which is why I stock them in my shop, because I just think they're lovely. You've been busy in your craft room, Kate. The first time in 3 weeks, because it's been a withdrawal. It's like that when you've been away, isn't it? You just get to the stage where you're like, I need to craft. I'm just making, colouring up these windows a bit more so that they're a bit more, have a bit more opacity to them. And then I am going to get the distressings out. So we've got a bit of shading and toning, and then we'll glue all this together, and then we will decorate it further with my stamps. I think this is what I like. A lot of the mixed media kits that you get, they are meant to be sort of done to this level, and then you assemble it together. I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous like this, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love it. But what is really nice being paper crafters is that we have the stamps and different things like that, and it means we can just take it to the next level, which is really good. Hello Marty Stamps, how are you? Right, so what was I going to do? There's a few little extra details on the MDF which I could pick out with different colours, which I think would be fun. And these MDF pieces have like little grooves as well, so I'm just tracing those grooves with the pen as well, just to get a little bit of extra detail in those as well. This roof here is almost like a fishtail. I've gone into silent colouring mode now. Hello Linda, lovely to have you with us. Okay. Awesome. I'm just going to add a few pink dots as well. Actually, I might get a brighter pink just to give the illusion, maybe some yellow as well, just to give the illusion of flowers and blooms and things. Because I just think it would be nice, just a bit of extra detail. Thank you, Caroline. it's a bit different? Does anyone think they're going to fancy trying pulling out an MDF kit now? Or is it just something that you like watching but wouldn't give a try? I think I'm just going to get slightly stronger pink on this one. It's sort of faded away. Look how juicy these markers are. Oh, they're just lovely. Right. Okay. Let's grab our distress inks and just give these doors a little bit more shading. You missed, I am using the Artes markers. If you wait till once I finish the live, I'll pop a link up. I'm just being cheeky because it's just that I've got their affiliate links. Which it doesn't cost you any more, but it just means I can make the tiniest amount of profit on it if you're fancying it. But yeah, I'm using the Artex markers. I have been playing with them for a while, and I have filmed a review. It's just not quite edited and on my channel yet, but hopefully this week. If not this week, definitely next week. Oh, thank you, Deb. Right. Get some of these colours out for the other doors. I'm just trying to check all the chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. Right. Once I've done this, I may pop some doodly line work in as well, because I just think it makes a difference. Doors look so much better, don't they, once they've got a bit of shading on them. Everything looks better with a bit of extra shading. I'm going to switch back to blue because it's giving a more definite shading. So, after tonight's live, there'll be no live for 2 weeks. Oh. I am going off to the in-laws this weekend, and then I am going to the Fringe with my friend the following. Yeah, affiliate links are good. Most YouTubers do now. Yeah, it's a way of making a tiny, and I'm talking tiny, little bit of. It's just a little bit extra. So, if you are thinking of buying them and don't mind waiting for the link, I would really appreciate it. Right. That's that. Let's get the old glue gun out. And now normally I would do gel medium, but quite frankly I have ran out. Hi Judy. I have ran out of my gel medium and I need to buy some more. And also gel medium takes a while to dry. So for us to get to the next stage where we're decorating it up a little bit further, it would be good if we could just get a rapid adhesion. I have completely, look, it's like spaghetti junction. I've completely knotted this up. Tell you, my daughter's taken up crochet and she's doing really well with it. She's amazing because I can't crochet for toffee. My dad can. I'd like to see a real row of houses. Oh, where is it? Where is it they film? Hello, Rianne. Where they film Balamori? They do actually have little houses like this. They are actually all coloured. Right, that's the cat trying to get in again. It's just going to be one of those days, I think. Now, I'm going to have to do this in a way that I remember where I've put what. So I know what's on what house. Otherwise I'm going to get in a pickle. Okay. Tobamori, yeah. Their houses are actually like that there. I've been there as well. There's Tenby in Wales as well. No, I've not been to that one. Right, so I'm gonna, ow, one of them. Careful of the glue. Are you going to get up there? It's a bit cluttered, isn't it? Oh, she's managing. We've been away for a few days, so it's like she has to be where we are right now. Just waiting for this to heat up a little bit. But I've piled all the stuff on the side so that my desk is tidy for the live. Right, go on then, honey, go. So her normal route to her bed is a little bit cluttered. Once this starts heating up properly, it will get much easier and quicker, but right now it's just contemplating it. Come on. Honestly, by the time I get glue on all of it, the original bits will have dried. It's just a mini glue gun. I should probably get a better one. Right. Let's get this down. Ha ha ha. Careful when you're using a glue gun. Okay. Oh, you're not too late at all, Mum. Okay. Also, if you Google Jelly Bean Road in America, they have very colourful houses. Oh, cool. I'm trying to make sure I don't go below that lip because that lip is going to fit into our base. It's going a bit quicker now. And don't worry if you get glue strings, because you can very quickly and easily get rid of glue strings by just popping your heat gun on it. I love the fact that this is layered up like this. Wendy does this a lot with her kits, because it gives you lots of dimension anyway before you even start, which is fab. So like I might get glue strings here because it's such a small surface area. Yep, I've got glue strings. But as I say, you can blast that with your heat gun and they will disappear. So I'm never stressed too much about glue strings because it can be like, oh no, it's made it look all messy. But it can be fixed. Sorry, gone all silent. I can't remember if that was up there or not, but it is now. Just checking the chat, see if there's anything interesting going on. Oh. Sorry, once I've done this, I feel like I've gone into concentration mode now and I'm forgetting how to talk at the same time. Okay, we're getting there. I've created quite a mess with glue strings up here. But as I say, we will fix that. I'll maybe show you a bit closer. And we can see what I mean. Actually, I think I'm going to have these coming down the side here. just so that the houses all look a bit different. Oops.
You think we have done the same? Hi Lisa, how are you?
Hi Lisa, I don't know if this has been shared to my Facebook group. If not, is there any chance you could pop it over? I wasn't going to do that, I was going to put that, never mind. Never mind, it's all good. I was going to put them kind of going down so that they weren't all just at the top there.
You're in observation mode and forgot to comment.
That's alright, as long as you're enjoying yourself. That's fabulous. Am I going to be able to pull that? This, you know, this is where gel medium would have been good. Oh yeah, I've managed to pull it off without destroying it. Put it there.
I don't want that. I don't want it to look even.
Yeah, Lisa, it was just, I'm not sure if someone shared it to the group, because normally Alison or Sue do it, and neither of them are on tonight. So if there's any chance, if it's not currently in the group, that you could share this live in there, because although we're half an hour in, I've still got quite a bit to do. Thank you, my darling. Right, so let's unplug that before we end up with burnt glue. Had that in the past. And then we will get rid of these glue strings. Oh, okay.
So let's see if I can get a bit closer so you can oh. I don't know. Can you see the glue strings? Sorry, the light's not. No, that doesn't help. Let's try this camera. Yeah, can you see the glue strings? There. And then you can sort of see the messy glue like behind the windows and things.
So if that happens, you can just waft it with your heat gun and they literally just disappear.
Which is a handy little trick.
Thank you, Lisa, you're a star. Okay. Now, let's see if we can manage to... Sometimes when you've gessoed and painted, because these are such a snug fit, they're meant to be, so that they go together with no difficulty, but sometimes the paint catches in a little bit and it's, yeah, and you end up just having to sand it slightly. Let me see, which I think is possibly what I've done. Oh, come on. See, you can put it in first, which is probably the best idea, but I quite like to paint and decorate it like I've just done. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get a little bit of sandpaper. All it is, because these are designed to fit really well and really snugly and not come apart, but because I have painted, I have bits of paint and gesso that have just kind of gone into the corners there. So if I just give that a bit of a sand, and it'll help to take that excess, the paint off that I've put in, and then that should be enough. So I'm just trying to clear the gunk out that I've put in. So this is user error. It's not that it's an issue, but in a way it's quite good, because sometimes if you think, oh no, it doesn't fit, especially if you've seen some, because this part is something I would probably edit out in a YouTube video. But when you're live, you don't have that luxury. Let's see if that's enough. But you know, so the paint has run, even though I was quite careful. Let's see if that's enough just to get it in there. Nope. Wendy does these on TV, so she's very brave. And just make sure that I've probably also added, I feel like I've got the paint out of these bits, but I've probably also on the notches, yeah. You've got gesso on the notches there as well, I don't know if you can see. So that just adds a little bit of bulk. So we'll just take that off there as well. Hello, Marion. Okay, and then, yep, I've done the same. So that's the thing, there was a little bit of paint on both sides of the notches, and then a little bit of paint inside the slot. And because it's created to fit, that is just enough for it not to. Right, let's see if we manage it now. Right, so we're going to come on. I'm not making this look easy, am I? Sorry, guys. I'm going to take drastic measures now. I probably would. I'm probably just panicking because I'm live. I'm just going to take. Right. Should we go for third time lucky? That'll be like my thing. Never do this live. It's probably width weight, so now I'll probably paint down the. Oh, sorry guys. We've got paint along the length of it. If not, we'll just continue decorating. We'll just continue decorating the top, and I'll assemble it later. It will assemble, I promise. If we don't manage it this time, we will just see how we go. Right. Dust everywhere. Don't stress too much about it. I'm getting stressed, Deb. I really am. You got to love doing things live. All the things that you would do dead easy normally. Honestly. Come on, in you go. Right, we will switch to to another camera. Had this problem yourself, but it will go when you have a faff. Yeah, it's just. Now let me just. I'm gonna have to change the angle a little bit just so you can see what I'm gonna do now. Yeah, it's in there now. I will maybe just. Yeah, it's definitely in there now. I've made the hole. I'm just going to seal it a little bit with. Let's have a, do it in a way you can see it. I'm just going to seal it at the back. I'll probably do this with silicone, but we don't have. Oh, except I need to plug that in. So basically, if I had built that together straight away, it wouldn't have been an issue at all. But I personally like to be able to decorate it lying flat, so that's why I do it this way and cause myself the pain of having to. Do it. But all you need to do is just sand it slightly. But you can see how tight that is. So it's a combination of I had paint on the base and paint in here, and it's just made the notches a bit smaller. I mean, probably when I'm off camera, I will paint all the back one colour as well. I'm just going to see if I can put a bead. Probably doesn't need it, but just for my own. Come on. Let's get another glue stick, I think. That expression like watching paint dry. I'm just going to put a bead of glue along the back there. Just for my own. You don't really need to do this, quite frankly. It's sat in there, but just because I'm going to be working on it live, I'm just going to give it a bit of extra strength. And what I will do, as I said, when we're off live, is I will probably paint all of this back one colour, so it's neat. Not that I think anyone will ever look at the back of it, but you know, for my own knowledge. Plus we're going to mess up the back a lot more in a little bit. Okay. So yeah, I've just put a bead of glue down there. Right. There we go. How cute is that looking? Right. So I've got some little characters that I thought we would put on. I'm just going to see whether it's going to be awkward to work with. Yeah, it is. And it's going to bend at the back. Right. This is like when it gets really difficult trying to show it on camera. Right, so I've got a little lady doll. I mean, I realise that, oh, sorry, the big ping pongy thing. I realise that she's a little bit bigger than the house. But you know, I can live with that. I've also got, well, we've got the lady. What do you think? Right, let's see if I can move this back. So I've got her. I was originally going to put both of her. I'm just trying to clear this up again so it's not too messy, not too much of an onslaught in the eyes for you. Right, so I've got her, and I was originally going to put both her and little Dot there, but I don't know if that, see, I don't mind that, because I think like in a whimsical world you can be as big as the house, but if we're not sure on how that looks, I could take her away and we just have little Dot. So what do you reckon? Just the ladybug, or the girl and the, actually I quite like just the ladybug now. What do we reckon? I'm going to try and move some of these wires out of the way because it's less messy. Hello Pat, how are you? Right, and then I've got some other little stamps. I probably will do like lots of flowers as well. We've got some of these little tree stamps as well that were from the Higgledy Piggledy range. So I was thinking that we can kind of put some at the front, but I also kind of want to put some at the back as well. I've not coloured up many of these, so we might have to switch to some colouring at some point. Hi Doreen, Sheila reckons both. So both Lady Dot and Little Dotty. what I may have to do is get some cardboard so she stands forward a little bit. Sheila reckons both. What does everyone else reckon? You're loving the trees and Dotty. I think. See, I quite like just Dotty. Sorry, Sheila. So I've got some trees. I'm gonna. It's hard to just place these because I've kind of got to balance it. I will have to go and get some cardboard. It's my watch telling me it's time to stand for a minute. I've done too much sitting today because we've been travelling home from Glasgow. Right, and then we can have one up there. I quite like that one up there. I'm just going to start sticking some of this. Otherwise, we're gonna. You could use some of the fab street lamps too. Yeah, we could get some of those. We'll see how we go because we're already almost at 9 o'clock. So, I'm not sure that I want to put this into 3 weeks worth of 3 weeks worth of lives, especially as I'm away for the next 2 weeks. Right. I like that. Oh, that maybe does look a bit random up there actually. Right, I could put it there maybe. Let's put it up there. Right, I'm going to have to get some cardboard to layer up. So that we've got dimension. Thank you, Rianne. Glue going here. Oops. I'm going to have one about there. Okay, I realise that just looks a bit random because it's floating in space, but once we've got some stuff underneath it, it will look a little bit better. And then we can have one over here. And then one at the other side of the street. Then we've got 3. I like things in 3s. You need to send for some sets. Oh, there's quite a few on the website. We've got 2 housey ones. We've got this one here, and we've got one that sits inside a shadow box, which is really cute as well. Come on, work with me here. Put that one there. And then we'll put one over here. Maybe put that one behind. I also want to do lots of flowers. I'm not sure we're going to have time for all of this, but we'll see. Right. That's kind of cute. Right, then where did my bobbly tree thing go? Put lady there. Try and do it more to the side, otherwise she just looks like she's standing directly. There we go. Right, so we'll get her stuck down. going to use two bits. Sorry, you're not actually seeing what I'm doing here. We're going to use 2 bits of cardboard here to give her a bit more dimension. So I'm working at a really strange angle now to keep this in camera. Right. Put a little dotty there. Come on. Might have to put some hot glue there as well, just to. The thing is with hot glue is it gives a permanent adhesion straight away, which sometimes is quite handy. There we go. Right, now where did my big bubble tree go? Where did I put it? Right, I've got some, oh there it is. I've got some more stamped out, and then we'll stamp some flowers. I don't know if that just looks like, let's see if I can try and get this. Right, let's try and move this around so that it's not quite so messy to look at. My cup. Right. Okay. So I don't know if I put that there or something like that, whether that looks like a tree or whether it looks like, you know, the house and up with a load of balloons. I don't know if it's useful or not, or maybe I'll cut it down and make it a bush. I just feel like it looks like, you know, Up the movie sort of thing. Whereas actually peeping out the side there is quite nice. Yeah, let's do that. Right, and then I'm going to stamp a load of flowers. And we'll try and get some flowers at the front, just to sort of make that a little bit more interesting as well. Probably we've got quite a few like edges, exposed edges and that. I think when I'm off camera I will sort of colour those so that it looks a little bit less, it looks a bit more uniformed. But see, we've got a slight gap there where the houses are kind of coming up, and I want this to look less plain. So let's just see if we can quickly get a load of flower stamps coloured. Okay, so I've got, what have I got? This one here. I'm going to do some speed. It looks like a happy place to live. Thank you very much. We're going to do some major speed colouring here. Right. I'm just going to stamp a whole load of these out. And then I'm going to get the leaf from, I'm sure I had, here, place out. Just want a leaf stamp first. Honestly, I've only been cut there. That's pear place. Where's the? Okay, never mind. We'll just do this. Right. So I am literally going to do some very quick colouring. Like, I'm not even going to stay in the lines. Just going to scribble over. Would you need some greenery? I can't see the only that was meant to be this pen. There we go. Okay, that was meant to be this colour that I was going for. Anyway, so I'm just going to scribble on some of this. I'm not even thinking about it too much. I'm literally just wanting to make sure there's a tiny bit of shading. I'm going to scribble over with this pen again just to make sure it's blended. Trust the process. I realise right now it looks like, what on earth am I doing? I promise you there's a plan. Right, and then I'm going to get a yellow. Just put in the centres. Let's just quickly chop these out. Cat snoring. Don't know if you can hear that. Okay. We need some leaves as well, but I might just see what I've got coloured in my bit box after this. Okay. I'm going to very roughly cut these out. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, and again, because we have scribbled over the edge of the lines, if we cut a bit of the flower off, or if we go too far outside the edge, you're actually not really going to be able to tell. So it's great for when you're needing to do things at speed like this. I quite often do my flowers like this, especially when I'm working on a project like this, because in this particular instance it's not about having the perfectly coloured or blended flower. It's just about having almost like ephemera ready to use. So it's like mass producing them. I do have a brother scanning cut, and you know, I never pull it out. It's terrible. I really should. It would save me so much time. Also thinking that I could put a little bit of some souffle sparkle along the grass as well, and that would look good. Right. I'm honestly cutting these out so badly. Sorry. Oh, this is I'm just like sitting watching me fussy cutting. I'm not sure how interesting that is. Right, okay. And then I'm going to shape them slightly. And then just sort of squidge them onto the project, for want of a better word. Right, let's move back to this camera. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to sort of like squish them in, so they're sort of on the ground and on the ground and going up the house a little bit, and it's just going to marry it together a little bit better. and give it a bit of extra detail. Let's see, I could really do with some leaf work as well, but actually I wonder if I've got any die cut leaves about. It's just going to soften this a little bit. Get some next to little daisy tot as well. And like I've used stamped flowers here, but any of your little paper flowers would work for this as well. Just anything you have really. I'm going to try just coming in with these pens just for the minute, just because of time, because it's already after 9 o'clock. Let's see if we can just sort of almost, I'm going to just almost do like scribbles, so that we've got a bit of like a texture going on. Bear with, trust the process. Those haven't stuck down particularly well. It's because we've not really given them any time for the glue to do its thing, really. Right, let's get a few different shades of this on. I'm just gonna scribble a little bit to try and add just a little bit of texture and shading, so this looks a bit more like grass rather than a flat surface. Yes, I'm kind of thinking that these MDF kits might be best done as video tutorials as opposed to lives. Is it boring watching all this faffing, or is it okay? I feel like I'm being really boring. Sorry if I am. Hello Claire, how are you? Did you have a good weekend? Right. Okay. We're getting there. Right, I'm going to try. I'm just going to try. Do I have any? Let's have a look. See if I've got any leaves in this bag of tricks that I can just borrow, and then we can try drawing some if not. I've got a little pink ladybug. It's a bit bright though. I've coloured these all quite bright. I need some sort of soft. Oh, there's a flower. Flower and a leaf. Oh, I found a few leaves. Okay. Hopefully this will be enough just to sort of sort what's going on. It's nice watching. That's good, Rianne, because I feel like I'm just faffing for Britain here now. Right, the trouble is these leaves have got bits munched out of them, which isn't really ideal. Right, but we'll try, see what we've got going on. It's just to make it a bit more. See, this is what I love about combining MDF kits and stamps, that you can really play and get all this softness and things that you wouldn't necessarily get if you were just using the kit without all your papercraft goodies as well. I think it is really fun mixing your stash like this. These are quite big leaves, but never mind. I'm actually going to just turn these into slightly smaller. Just going to cut into them. cut into them and hide them behind the flowers. We'll never know. No one will ever know. There we go. Actually, I could cut into these flowers as well because they're slightly greener. They could very well be leaves. Right, we're getting there. I think we are getting there. Here we go. Now I'm just singing to myself. That is a bit of a concern. Well done for those of you that are still here. Yeah, the numbers have dropped off quite a bit, so thank you so much if you're still here. We will have to wrap it up soon though, and I'll have to finish off camera. Right. I'm quite liking the texture that scribbling on this is given, so I'm going to keep going with that because I think it just looks a bit more grass-like. Now, tip with these pens, when I first got them, I thought that one of them had dried out, and I was a bit disappointed, so I contacted our artists and they'd said store it this way with the nib down for 24 hours and then get back to us if it hasn't worked. And yeah, they were all really juicy after I did that. So because I've been using these and they've been lying on their side for a little bit, it makes it seem like they've dried out a little bit. Whereas actually if you just pop it standing the right way round, or you know, nib facing down for a little bit, it's enough to just get it going again. There we go. That definitely looks more grass-like, having the scribbled effect. I think that looks better. Right, and then I'm just going to grab some pinks for just now. I might fiddle a little bit more with this at some point. I'm just going to try drawing some little pink circles in some of these places. We could have done a little path. Do I still have the little, it's a pear place that's got the, I don't know if I've got room now. Yeah, see, like some of these could have a little path. The flowers really finish it off. Thanks, Mum. Do you know what? I'm just maybe going to do it with, we're going to colour it in like we did at the beginning. I'm just going to draw a little path on some of these. But let's just go down with the brown. Just scribbling, sorry if my hand's probably completely in the way here. It's not the easiest angle. There we go. Look, I've drawn little paths. That's so cute. Oh, thank you, Debs. It looks cute and the flowers are finishing it off. That's good. I'm glad. I think it does sort of soften it and make it a bit more realistic. Right, so I'm moving a grey into this brown now. I'm liking these little paths. They're cute. I might try and draw a bit of a cobble in. There's me saying I can't blend them, and these are like blending beautifully now. I'm not raking my pen mixing the colours. We'll soon find out. Well, this one's harder. It's all dried off a bit more. Right, I'm just going to scribble some green around the edges of these little paths again, and then I'm going to get some more pink dots. I like that. It's a simple thing, but I really like it a lot. Very sad. Right, just add some, I think that needs to be a brighter pink. Add some pink dots just coming down the side. What I will do is I maybe switch to the other camera and hold it down, because you're kind of really not seeing what I'm seeing at the minute. So thank you for bearing with. Right, and a few more pink dots over the grass because it just looks like flowers, she says, or she thinks. I might just soften it again with a few more green scribbles. Okay, I think that looks all right. Right, let me see if I can. So I'll put these pens back because they will dry out if they're not stored properly. That is one thing I have learned with these pens. Okay, let's move you back to this camera angle, and I'm just going to tip it back like that because I think that's the best way of seeing it. So yeah, we've just softened it, we've created little paths. We possibly could make that look a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's cute. And I do like filling the forefront. I think possibly I may go in with a little bit of souffle. But to be honest, that takes a little bit of time to dry off. Do you want to watch me do that? Actually, it's 9:20. What I will do is I will just get a little bit of souffle and dab that around. It's basically just glitter in a gel. And then I will put out a photograph up on my socials later of it all finished. But yeah, so cute. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I will not be back for the next 2 Mondays, but hopefully I will have plenty of videos ready for you to watch instead. And yeah, I will see you then. Take care, everyone, and goodbye. Or goodbye once I get my mouse to work. Bye.